Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you all? Hope you all are doing well, and I hope that you are taking great care of yourselves in these harsh times. This is your teacher Rosina, and I welcome you to another lecture of Social Studies for class 5. So let's begin with the great name of Allah, who is the most merciful and beneficial. So open your books at page number 17. Unit 2, Chapter number 2. In the previous lecture of this chapter, we have discussed about the maps, the globe, the types of symbols used in maps, and the types of elements that are used in the maps. Now we will be talking about the scale. We have discussed in the previous lecture that there is one element used in the map, and that is scale. Scale is used to represent the lands, and it is used to give the exact measurement of the specific land, specific area, as compared to that area in real. For example, if I give you a general example, a road is being shown on the map, right? For example, let's have a simple example. Now, a road is shown on the map. Let's suppose this is a road, right? Now, this is being shown on the map, but in the real, this road is not only this much. Okay, like the map is shown, so Pakistan, the area of Pakistan is not only this much, it is much larger than this map. So what happens is that a road is shown, right? So it's the measurement of that road is shown in a very small unit, and then we compare that with the real length of the road. We will discuss it in detail. A map is a visual representation of a much larger area of land. Now, the map is a representation. The map is represented, and it represents a larger area of land. Maps are not just useful for directions, they can also help determine the distance between places. Now, the map is not only used for telling us the directions, it also tells us that how much distance is between the two places. For example, how much distance is between Peshawar and Islamabad. So the map does not only tell us the directions, it does not only tells us the ways or the paths, but it also tells us the distance between the two places. It is scaled down to fit the available paper or screen. And now a map is, for example, we have we have a page of A4 size. So the map will be drawn on that, and when we will measure the scale, we will get the exact measurement of the original length of that map. When a map is being scaled down, every part of the map is scaled down by the same amount. This ensures that each object on the map is in the same proportion as the rest of the objects on the map. If a city is 3 times as large as another neighboring city, an accurately scaled map will show the same proportion on paper. Now, for example, there is a city of Peshawar, then along with it there is a city of Nowshera, and along with it there is a city of Mardan. Now, the city of Peshawar is bigger, the city of Nowshera is smaller. So, how much it is smaller in the reality, on the map it will be shown in the same proportion, right? For example, a map is drawn, and the Peshawar is shown within the area of 2 centimeter, right? Just for example, the Nowshera is shown in the area of 2 centimeter. Now Peshawar is, if it is 3 times bigger than the Nowshera, then the Peshawar will be shown in the 6 centimeters. The larger city will be drawn 3 times larger than the neighboring city on the map. So if in the reality one city is larger than its neighboring city, so on the map it will be shown larger than the neighboring city. It is important that we know how to read, understand, and use the scale. Map makers use three common methods to show the scale. These methods are the graphic method. Now there the scale is being shown within according to the three methods. We can measure the scale according to the three methods. So one is the graphic method, another is the verbal method, and the other is a fractional method. Now for an example of this first paragraph, I will explain a little bit to you. Now let's suppose that we have a road, right, and it is, let's suppose it is 2 centimeter shown on the map. Now this is shown on the map according to with the measurement of 2 centimeter. Now there is another road which is, in the reality, another road is 3 times bigger than this road, so that road will be shown in 6 centimeter, right? Now if we talk about the city, what happens is that if, for example, we have a city, let's suppose we have a city, and that is, if it is, for example, Nowshera. So if this city is, and we have another city that is Peshawar. Now Peshawar is 3 times bigger than the Nowshera city. So on the map, when these two cities will be shown, so if the size of the Nowshera they are giving is this much, that you can say is 2 by 2 centimeter, 2 centimeter like this, 2 centimeter like this. So the city of Peshawar will be shown 3 times bigger than this. So 2 into 3 is 6. So it will be shown 3 times bigger than the city of Nowshera. Okay. Now we have the graphic method. Now in the graphic method, a graph is given. So a graphic scale depicts scale using a line with separations marked by smaller intersecting lines similar to a ruler. Now we have intersecting lines on a ruler. If you have ever noticed, we have intersecting lines on a ruler as well. So in the graphic scale, the intersecting lines are also shown on the scale. Now you can see that we have a scale we have a graphic scale, and the intersecting lines are made. The starting point is from the 0. Now on the one side of the scale there is the real it represents the true distance, right? On one side of the scale represents the distance on the map, while the other side represents the true distance of objects in real life. Now there is a mark called 0 kilometers. You can see these are all the measurements of kilometers, and these are the measurements of the miles. So this is 0 kilometer and 0 miles. Now on one side of the scale, the true distance of the object in the real life is shown, right? This is the true object. In the real life, it is shown in the you can say in the real life, this is the distance of the things that are represented on the map, and this is the distance that is shown on the map. Now if, for example, on a map, any area or any road, if it is in if it is 5 miles, it means that in real life that area is 10 miles. Now you can say these are the real objects and these are shown on the map. This is a distance shown on the map. Now if any area on a map is, if it is 5 miles, it means that in real life it is 10 miles. If any object is 10 kilometers on the map, it means that in real life it is 20 kilometers, right? For example, we can say that we have 2 lines. You can say these are the roads. Now if we measure it, right, if we measure it with a scale, we will come to know that this object is intersecting a line here, so when we will measure it on the scale, so it means that it is 20 kilometers in the real life. So now, by measuring the distance between two objects on a map and then referring to the graphic scale, it is easy to calculate the actual distance between those same items. So as I have shown you here, that if a road is made and the distance is this much, so when we measure this distance, it means, and when we put this measurement on the scale given on the map, it shows that the object that is made on the map, it is 20 kilometers. Now, there are many benefits to use a graphic scale. The first and foremost is a straightforward, easy way to determine scale. Now, if we have any object, for example, a road is made on a map. For example, let's suppose this is a road. So when we will measure this, we have the distance this much, right? So when we will measure it on the graph scale, it will show us that it is 40 kilometers in real life. So it is an easy way to measure. Just put the scale on the map, measure the distance, and then put the same scale on the scale given on the map. On the side of the map, just measure it, and we will come to know that what is the real distance or real length of that object or that thing in the real life. Second is that map size enlarged or decreased, the scale is also enlarged or reduced, meaning that it is still accurate. Now, if we have a map that is too big, right, so the same scale will be given according to that. Now, if the same scale will be given, right, the scale will be increased. If a map is big, the scale will be increased, right? If a map is small, the scale will be small, and the scale is given already along with the map. So it is a very easy way and easy method to measure the length of the objects on the map, and then measuring it and determining the actual length of that object in real life. Then we have the verbal method. In the verbal method, the scale is described in words and numbers to show the ratios between the map scale and the actual world. Now what happens is that the verbal method is given, right? And in that, if it is written that 1 inch equals to 25 miles. Now, if there is an object on the map, and that is, if an object on the map is just 1 inch, if it is 1 inch, right, it means that in real life this is 25 miles. If there is a line made on the map, right, and that is 1 inch, so it means that in real life that object is 25 miles. So this is a verbal method, in which it means that if the map says that 1 centimeter equals to 100 kilometer, so any line that is made, and if that line is 1 centimeter long, it means that it is 100 kilometers in the real life. So on the map, if it is given that 1 inch equals to 25 miles, you can see that if the line is 1 inch, it equals to 25 miles. If the road is, or if any area is 2 inches, it means it is 50 miles. If it is 3 inches, it means that it is 75 miles. If the object, or if the line is 4 inches, it means that that object is 100 miles in the real life. Then we have the fractional method. In this method, the scale is shown as a ratio or a fraction. A map may show 1:10,000. Now, 1:10,000, what does it mean? It means that 1 unit of distance on the map represents 10,000 the same units of distance in the actual world. If, for example, 1 unit means centimeters, meters, inches, kilometers, miles, right? So if there is a distance given, and that it says that it is 1 mile, on the map if a fraction is given and the distance is 1 mile. So it means that in real life that object or that road is 10,000 miles. If that object is 2 miles, it means that it is 20,000 miles. If that object is 1 centimeter, it means that in real life that object is 10,000 centimeters. Now, what is the method of measuring the distance in straight lines? In the straight lines, it's very easy. As I have told you, that just put the scale on the paper and measure the road, measure the length, and then put that on the. Now you can see that to measure the distance between 2 points on a map, place a paper strip between them or place a scale. Place the ruler on the graphic scale with 0 at one end. So now you have to place, you have the 0 on the scale, right? So you have to you have to place the ruler on the graphic scale with the 0 at one end. So here is 0. You see here is a 0. So you have to put the 0 on the, for example, if we measure this, so we put the 0 on the scale and we measure it. Now if a line is somewhere here, it means it is 40 kilometers. So we measure the distance in a straight lines very easily with the help of the scale. Then we have the measuring distance of curved lines. Not all lines on the map are straight, some are curved to show a winding road or river. Now what happens is that if we have a curved line, right? If, for example, we have a curved line.
Length of curved line. To measure a curved line, the standard measuring tape will not be enough. You will have to use a different mechanism to arrive at the correct length of the curved line. To measure, you will use a thread along the line of the curve. You will use the thread from one end of the curved line to the other end by stretching the thread along the line. After you're done, straighten the thread and measure its length. You will know the length of the curved line accurately.
So, for the curved line, what do we do is that we take the rope or we take a wire, and with the help of that wire, we put the wire, one end of the wire at one end. Now you can see that if this is a road, okay, this person has taken a wire. Now the road is a winding or a curved road, right? So we take a wire and we put one end of the wire on the starting point of the road, and then we move on and we make the curve of that wire exactly in the same shape of the road. Then we curve it according to the shape of the road and we point the end of the road. Now this is the measurement of the road. Then we take this wire, as this wire is curved, right? So we take this wire and we make it straight, and then we place a scale and we measure the starting and the end point of that wire according to the scale, right? So we have to take a string or a wire and we hold one end of it firmly against the beginning point, and then press the string gently and move it along the curved line with your finger until you reach the end point. So now what happens is that we press the string gently and move it along the according to the shape of the road, then mark the end point, and then hold the string straight against the line, scale or a ruler. Now make the string straight and hold it against a ruler, and then measure the length. Convert the length by using the scale of the map to get the actual distance on line. And then as we have made a straight, as we just hold the string straight, we measure it with the help of the ruler. We measure the distance with the help of the ruler, and then according to the graphic scale, we just put the scale on that. We just put the ruler on this scale and we see that how much the distance or the length of that area was. Then we have the large scale and small scale maps. The large scale maps, what are the large scale maps? A map which shows a small area is called a large scale map because the area of land being shown on the map has been scaled down less. Now what happens is if the if we have a small map, right? So it is called a large scale map. Why it is called a large scale map? Because the area or the land which is shown on the map, it is scaled down less, right? For example, if we have a map and it is small like this, right? You can see this is a large scale map. Now you can see that the roads here are, this is a large scale map. You can see that it is the map of one of the city, right? So you can see that this road is being scaled down less, ठीक है? For example, जितना छोटा map होगा, right, just to make you understand, I'm saying it in Urdu, जितना छोटा मैप होगा, अगर मैप का ये साइज़ है, ठीक है, और इसमें पूरी सिटी, फॉर एग्जांपल पिशावर की पूरी सिटी इसमें दिखाई गई है, तो इसमें पिशावर यूनिवर्सिटी बहुत छोटी करके एक डॉट के साथ दिखाई गई होगी, उसमें रोड्स जो हैं वो बहुत छोटे करके दिखाए गए होंगे, ठीक है. एंड इफ़ ऑन द अदर हैंड वी हैव अ स्मॉल स्केल मैप, ठीक है, एक और स्मॉल स्केल मैप है, दिस इज़ अ स्मॉल स्केल मैप. स्मॉल स्केल मैप का मतलब ये है कि हमें it means that the map is showing a large area, right? When a map shows a large area is called a small scale map. In order to show the whole country, the map is scaled down until it is many times smaller. A small scale map shows more area, but there is very little detail. Okay, now we will read it and I will explain it. That, as we have discussed, that map that shows a small area is called a large scale map, right? Because it is being scaled down less. Its scale is larger. A large scale map shows a small area, but it shows it in great detail. अच्छा, लार्ज स्केल मैप क्या है कि हमारे पास अगर एक सिटी का मैप है, ठीक है, तो उसमें क्या है कि हमें हर एक चीज़ डिटेल से बताई गई है, right? The large scale map means that the map is shown of any small area, ठीक है. अगर सिर्फ एक सिटी के हमें मैप दिखाया गया है तो इसका मतलब है कि वो लार्ज स्केल मैप है. वाई? बिकॉज ऑल द डिटेल्स विल बी गिवन इन इट. नाउ यू कैन सी ऑल द डिटेल्स विल बी गिवन इन इट. द रोड्स, द स्कूल्स, द यूनिवर्सिटीज़, द cinemas and the mosques, the parks, everything will be shown in the large scale map. Now this is a large scale map of a London. Now this is the map of a London. तो large scale map में क्या है कि a small area is shown, so it has all the details, right? While on the other hand, small scale map means that the map is shown of a large area. For example, it is shown of a country. Now if the whole map of a country is shown, all the details are not given, only the details of, now you can compare this, right? This is a large scale map of London. The roads are shown, the streets are shown, the mosques, the parks, everything, the buildings, the parks, everything is shown. Now if you compare it with this map, now this is a map of Pakistan. Now no roads are shown, no streets are shown, no mosque is shown, no parks are shown. What is shown? Only the main important things, that is the provinces are shown, right? So the difference between the large scale map and small scale map is that in the large scale map, the area of the small area is shown in a very detailed manner, while small scale map is that the map of a very large area is shown, and area of very large the map of very large area is shown, and it does not have a lot of details in it.
Difference between a large scale and a small scale map. In an earlier video I spoke about scale, but to refresh your memory, scale is expressed as the ratio or proportion between a distance on a map and the actual distance on the ground or land surface. For example, if the scale on a map is 1 to 15, that means that when you measure 1 inch on the map, it could stand for 15 inches, feet, or miles in real life. So, a small scale map, such as 1 to 100,000, shows a large area but shows that area in less detail, like this map of the city of Chicago. A large scale map, such as 1 to 2,000, only shows a small area, but it shows that area in great detail, such as this map of an area called the Loop in Chicago. Repeating, small scale shows a large area, large scale shows a small area.
So this was all for today. You have to go through all the topics that we have discussed, and if you have any questions related to these topics, you can ask me in the comments and I will answer you in the next video. Your task for today is that you just have to read it 2 to 3 times and underline the important lines which you find difficult. We will be continuing the chapter number 3 in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz.